everybody. We're live. This is the Jim Masters Show, live entertainment, lifestyle, celebrity talk show series, coming to you from the New York area here in the United States. I am in the host chair. That means I got to go to work for all of you with this great show where we're bringing back the Lahr Starter conversation and amazing guests. And boy, are they terrific. We love having our celebrity friends and guests stopping by JMS. We love having you stopping by JMS as well. Thanks for all your love and support of our series and the hundreds and hundreds of episodes we have done. And some of our guests enjoy it so much, they like to return. They like to make return engagements as guests on our show. And somebody who's a great friend of our show and just a great guy all around, legendary television talk show host, game show host, singer, actor, producer extraordinaire, the incredible John Davidson is back. Now, he's not in Los Angeles. He's not in Florida. He's not in New York. He's not even in New Hampshire. He's on his boat in Mexico. Yeah, when we were talking about doing this, he said, Jim, I can do it when I'm in New Hampshire, or we could do it on the boat. And he's on the boat. It's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon where he is. Oh, boy, you're going to see it in just a second. Of course, he's been with us before. We've talked about his extraordinary career at great length. I encourage you to go back and see the other episodes of the Jim Masters Show Live series. We can see all the great trips down memory lane talking about his epic career. Club Sandwich is his phenomenal entertainment venue in New Hampshire. I had the opportunity to go experience it. It's warm, cozy, comfortable, fun, and it's really amazing. This is, believe it or not, it's a very special time. It's the final year. It's the grand finale. And there seems to be a lot of grand finales. You may remember we just had Tony Orlando on as a guest, and he's been a return guest, and he just had his epic farewell tour. So John is going to spend some time doing what he loves, which he's always done, but time with family and friends. And, he's been doing this for well over 6 decades, and he is one of the most beloved entertainers in American history, if not worldwide. There he is, swinging and having a great time at Club Sandwich, as he always has. And again, we're going to miss Club Sandwich, a very special. It's his baby. It was his dream to have a venue like that in the Lakes region of New Hampshire, a beautiful area. And, everything sells out. Matter of fact, his closing night has already sold out. And the opening night, I believe, has as well. We're coming. We just got our tickets today. So we're going to be heading up to New Hampshire in September, closer to the close, because we want to be and celebrate, the closing period with him, because he really is a special guy. And this is what the outside looks like. I mean, he took this place and really turned it into something very, very special. And again, it's his baby, and he's wrapping it up, and he's going to be, again, spending time with his loved ones and friends. But hey, who has not had an opportunity to see him on television, in movies, on stage? I mean, he's just an epic, a veteran entertainer on every level, award-winning, beloved. There he is with Mike Douglas. And of course, Las Vegas and all the incredible venues there, the Riviera, and look right there on the billboard, Phyllis Diller, John Davidson, Vic Damone. I mean, this is classic stuff. And the Riviera, look at this. Bob Hope introduces John Davidson, Joan Rivers, Shecky Green. And I know many of you love, there he is with the Carpenters, Richard and Karen Carpenter. Many of you, of course, and again, you can look at the other episodes we've done where we talk about all the shows in his career and all these incredible, cool things that he's had an opportunity to be a part of. But many of you, of course, do remember him from That's Incredible. Yeah, that was a great series on ABC Network. And of course, you remember him from all of the appearances on the Tonight Show, incredible appearances on the Tonight Show, which we talked about as well. And I said he had his incredible talk show series after Mike Douglas wrapped up, John Davidson. There he is on the couch with the one and only Betty Davis. Absolutely. And in addition, of course, we all know that he spent quite a bit of time on one of the beloved game shows, Hollywood Squares. Yes, as the host of Hollywood Squares. But again, he's been doing this as an actor and singer and entertainer, doing what he loves for a long time. putting out records, entertaining us, making us laugh, making us feel good for decades. And again, he has earned his time to spend time with family and friends. He has earned it. He's one of the nicest guys, too. And I say this personally, he is one of the nicest guys in a very competitive, demanding, crazy industry where that's not always the case. John really loves his fans, really appreciates his audience. He entertains, he celebrates them in really glorious ways. And with Club Sandwich, he's been doing that in a glorious way as well. He has intimate conversations, incredible jokes. It's just really something special. So there you go. June 28th starts it. It runs through, into September and all. And we'll tell you how you'll be able to get tickets to see John perform as, again, Club Sandwich wraps up. And of course, you remember this too, right? Of course, there would be no Captain Hook without him. Absolutely, Neverland. It just really, look at that shot, huh? Just a little trip down memory lane a little bit. Again, you can see the other episodes of our show. Of course, John Ritchie Jr. wanted me to mention, ask John Davidson about the Hollywood Squares Museum. That's something very, very special as well, celebrating that epic series. Really, just tremendous. I can say a lot about him. I've always admired him because I'm a broadcast host myself on television and radio. So I've always followed John Davidson, and I've just followed, the moves he's made and the people he's had an opportunity to work with. And he's just one of these congenial people who really loves life and loves what he does. And he does it naturally. And that's why when he created Club Sandwich, it was a no-brainer. It was a perfect venue for him. So, he gets an opportunity to tell stories and sing songs and have a laugh and make people feel good about life because there are so many crazy things going on in our world. So we are so honored and blessed to have him back with us here on the Jim Masters Show to celebrate and also tell us about what's happening at Club Sandwich, but other things, because again, he is coming to us from his beautiful boat in Mexico. Let's bring him on right now, the one and only John Davidson. Hey, my friend.
Jim, nobody does an introduction like you do. This is you make me feel so special, Jim. Thank you.
You are my friend.
Well, I'm not. I'm just a regular guy. But your setup. Let me tell you, for this show, look at the production value. Look, we got a split screen. We got balloons going off, and it's amazing how you do this. Can I just ask you a little technical question? Is anybody working? Do you have someone else helping you with all these special effects? Are you alone there in your?
I do the whole thing. I do the whole thing.
Well,
all
you're
of
just
it.
Amazing. And plus the fact that you could be my grandson. We look so much alike.
Yes, we do.
I hate to tell you that, but you're a little too cute. I've always been too cute, and you have that same problem. I would suppose. I don't know that anyone think of you as doing political interviews or really, interviewing, those, because you're just so cute. I've had that same problem. So,
but it's worked in your favor, my friend.
Well, then it's worked in your favor. Your show's a big hit, and oh my goodness, I'm on my boat. This is La Paz. I was going to take the camera outside, but I'm in if I were in a cove, I just came back from out cruising, but right now I'm in a cove around a lot of boats. You can see outside there. It's Marina de La Paz. Now, La Paz is about 2.5 hours north of Cabo San Lucas. And I live here 7 months of the year. And then I go back to New Hampshire and do my Club Sandwich in Sandwich, New Hampshire, where we don't serve food. It's called Club Sandwich, but that's a joke because the town is called Sandwich and it's a club. But we have free popcorn and you can buy water, but then you got to bring your own. It's BYOB. You can bring your own food and you can bring your own booze, and it only holds about 45 people, so it's very intimate. I've been known to spit on people, but I'll be very close to you. But because it's so small, all my shows are sold out. It's just great. Not yet. the opening weekend, both shows opening weekend. I only sing on Friday nights, so Friday at 7, Saturday at 7. But come early, get there about 6:30 because the pre-show has a lot of videos from my career, and I look at shows and say, "Gee, did I do that?" But yeah, so we open June the 28th, and it's a barn. I mean, it's just a great New Hampshire barn, and I've had so much fun there. I write songs as well. I got 2 new songs for this year. Well, welcome to the Senior Center. Don't believe we've met. I might have seen you here once before, but sometimes I forget. Now, you might call me crazy, but I had to take a chance. I saw you sitting here all by yourself. Well, would you like to dance? Yeah, I'm feeling kind of silly. Don't want to act my age. I'd rather wear out than rust away. Well, the raven rage. Don't put me in a rocker. Don't lock me in a cage. I'd rather wear out than rust away on a raven rage. Second verse. I think we got a lot in common. Pickleball, travel plans, RV trips, cruising ships, foreign tours on caravan. You do know no one's watching, right? No one cares now what we do. We can just go fool around. There's a clown in the view. I'm feeling kind of silly. Don't want to act my age. I'd rather wear out the rust away on a raven rage. Don't put me in a rocket. Don't lock me in a cage. I'd rather wear out the rust away on a raven rage. Remember how we rocked it at the old sock hop? Peggy Sue and Mary Lou and danced until we dropped. My bebopping baby, she's bebopping still. Don't worry about a thing. I brought some Advil. Don't put me in a rocker. Don't lock me in a cage. I'd rather wear out than rust away on a raven rage. And I'm on the Jim Masters Show.
Love it. Absolutely love it, my friend.
I've been doing, it's so nice to hear applause. I've been doing live streaming. Every Sunday I do a live streaming show on Facebook at 6 o'clock Eastern, 1 hour before this. So from here I do it at 3 o'clock because it's 6 o'clock Eastern time. My followers on Facebook, I now have, you probably have a lot of followers on Facebook, but for me, I've always had 6,000, 7,000. I now have 27,000 followers on Facebook. I mean, for me, that's a big deal. You know, you've got probably 75,000, or I don't know.
Yeah, but you've got millions of fans from around the world who have followed you throughout your career and every move. Yeah,
a lot of my fans have passed on. You know, I never sang. I never, you had Tony Oland. I love the Tony Oland show. Yeah. He's just such a great guy. Yeah. And I've learned a lot from him. Years ago, Tony said, let's go to the studio. Come on into the studio. I'm going to help you get a hit record. Because one of my challenges in my career, even though I've hosted a lot of television and I'm sort of a TV thing, and I played Vegas a lot, that I hated going into the studio. I'd rather fool around and do things with the audience, like Tony. But Tony spent hours, like the Carpenters and like Glenn Campbell and Tom Jones and Engelbert and everyone, making hit records. It's another trick, as you know, Jim. You got to get it on the record. And I have singing to just a microphone in a cold, bare studio. I've never been able to make it happen. Maybe because I started on Broadway. And I used to sing like Robert Goulet, if ever I would leave, very, very Broadway. And that doesn't work on records. But so Tony Orlando got me in the studio, and we made a record, but it didn't, I don't know, maybe it didn't feel, I've written a song, I just wrote that last one, but I've written another one, a ballad that I'll do later on your show. How much time do we have? Do we have 3 or 4 hours?
We have at least that. Yeah, absolutely. When do you have to return the boat to the owner?
This is my boat, damn it.
Did you ever think you would hear John Davidson say, damn it, folks? That is an exclusive.
We could go a lot further than that. This is my third boat. My first boat I got when I was hosting That's Incredible, and when I was on TV a lot, had lots of money. And my second boat, and it was a sailboat. And then my kids came along, and there was no room to put the bassinet. Where do you put a kid's bassinet on a sailboat? Unless it's huge. But then, so I sold that and got a huge power boat. It was really too big. It was an old classic boat built in 1928. So I bought her in 75, and she was, how old then? Like 50 years or something. I don't know. Very old. But I restored her, and she was 96 feet long. Just too big and too long. But I navigated, her name was Principia, which means the beginning. Navigated Principia through the Panama Canal from Ventura, California, from LA down Mexico, Costa Rica, monkeys in the trees, Panama through the canal. I kept going aground. That means to hit the bottom. I went aground because I didn't know where the hell I was. It was just, I went aground 4 times on the trip. And the local fishermen and the local Coast Guard have to come in and pull me off the sandbar, because I didn't know quite what I was doing. But I took a course in coastwise navigation. I knew what I was doing, but I just kept pushing it. And back then, there was no GPS. There was no Starlink. The reason why we're talking now, by the way, I don't know how you feel politically about Elon Musk. Elon Musk has done some very controversial things. But his Starlink is how I'm able to communicate to you. And that's how I do. You know what I might do? We'll get around to talking about the grand finale of Club Sandwich in a second. But after I close Club Sandwich in September, I'm going to come to the boat, and I'm going to create a show on Patreon. You know what Patreon is? Jim, are you on Patreon? How are you distributed? How are
we are starting that. We've had a lot of people tell me to do it. It's a smart thing to do, isn't it?
I don't know. I've looked into it. I've got the forms to apply for it. But I've been doing these live streamings on Sunday, and I just love it. And being able to talk to people on the screen, And
you could be anywhere. Yeah.
Yeah, I could be in a cove. I've done it from a cove up the coast. And the wind on the microphone, I haven't figured out how to do that, because when I'm outdoors, it's great to show people the outdoors, but the wind affects this is just on my iPhone, so it's very, very simple. But it sounds pretty good, doesn't it? It's okay.
It sounds terrific. Yeah. It's great picture quality. Yeah.
Anyway, so I after I've been doing Club Sandwich, it's always my dream to have a barn thing. And And my wife and I are separated. My second wife, Rhonda. I've had 2 incredible women in my life. Oh, well, more than that, but I've married 2 of them. And Jackie, my first wife, was a new Christian minstrel, and then we had a good run, and we still are close friends. Rhonda and I were together for 37 years, and I have 3 kids by both of them, with these ladies. And Rhonda wanted to do other things, and I wanted to do other things, so we're separated now. And she didn't want to get a boat again. She'd already had the boating experience. So I'm on, this is my boat. And she didn't want to do Club Sandwich either. And I said, well, I got to do this. I know I started it when I was 79, I think. I'll be 83 this fall.
God bless you. You look like $1 million bucks.
No, I look like 83. This is what it looks like. I said to a friend of mine, do you think I look, because I'm 82 now, I said, do you think I look 82? And she said, no way. You used to, but not anymore. That was a joke, Jimmy.
That's why we're laughing. Look at this dapper guy here.
Is
Wow.
anybody? Does anybody call you Jimmy? Does anybody ever call you Jimmy? That's too cute.
Well, I'm the fifth James in the family, and
Oh,
so because my father, we're all James, but my father has always liked to use Jim, a little more casual. So growing up, I was Jimmy. So cousins and family, they'll still
yeah.
say Jimmy, yeah. And it's funny because if I'm in the store with my mother and they're all they are in Florida, the family. Now they were in New York and they sold their house and then built a house in Florida, and if my mother's in the store and I'm with her, she'll go, Jimmy. I'm like, shh, they don't know me as Jimmy. Suddenly I'm 12 years old again. But I love it. I think it's very, I love
Well,
when people do say it. It's very warm and affectionate. Right, Johnny?
I right. Don't ever call me Johnny. I won't call you. I won't call you Jimmy. I was really kidding.
Jimmy's
It
great. Yes.
reminds me of
I love it.
Ricky Nelson. Remember when Ricky
Ye-
Nelson tried to
Yeah.
change it to Rick?
Yeah. Well, you got Jimmy Kimmel and, you got a lot of people that use
That's
Jimmy.
right.
Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Durante.
Well, but you wouldn't like to Tommy Jones. It doesn't work.
Tommy Jones.
Engelberty Humperdinker.
Johnny
Engelberty-
Carson.
Johnny Carson. That's
Johnny
right.
Carson. Yes.
So maybe that's
And
it.
you were on that multiple times. And you have a record too, as far as hosting, right? On the Tonight Show.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of silly, but he really helped me in my career. And I was on NBC. I did a show with Sally Field called The Girl with Something Extra. And
That's
I
right.
think NBC called
And there that is. Yeah.
those people and said, "Oh yeah, there's Sally. Oh, what a great lady."
Oh yeah.
And we had a crush. On the pilot, we had a crush. And then we got to the series and got into the trenches, and we became a working partnership. And anyway, but at least I had a crush on her. Yeah.
That shirt you've got on is fantastic.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
I don't know what year was that. I mean, maybe in the 80s. Could have been in the 30s. I don't know. It's all a blur. I'm going to put this guitar back down here. But so why was I talking about that? Oh, so now this is the fourth season of Club Sandwich, and it's the grand finale. And as I say, it goes for like 22 shows in the summer. And we have memorabilia all over the showroom, tons of memorabilia and souvenirs and stuff. And I'm going to sell. I'm going to put a price on those. If anybody wants to remember Club Sandwich, they can, but they can pay for it, however, credit card or cash, whatever. But they can't take it out of the showroom until September 15th because I've got a bunch of couches. You remember the couches?
Oh, yeah.
I did an interview. Yeah. Well, I can't have. I'm going to sell the couches. I mean, these are not expensive things at all. I don't want to put things in storage because storage is expensive. So I want to share these things with my friends and fans and anybody that would like to remember Club Sandwich. Bunch of things, pictures, autograph stuff, and posters from all the different shows I've done, album covers and things. And we can take selfies after the show. So anytime anybody comes to the shows, every Friday, Saturday night, from last weekend in June through mid-September, they could buy some of this stuff and let it be your problem to put in your storage unit. I work with George Carlin a lot. George Carlin did a whole routine on your stuff.
Stuff, right? Exactly. Yeah.
What are you going to do with your stuff?
It's a hilarious routine. What was it that caused you to come to the decision that Club Sandwich was this is the time, and it's time for you to enjoy other things and spend some quality time? I mean, you've been working all these years, decades, and you've earned it. Just like we said with Tony Orlando, he's earned the time with the family and friends and just time to breathe. What was it that got you to say, I love doing this, but now is my time too?
Yeah. Let me try to honestly answer that question. I don't know many people who, or of course, Tom Jones and Engelbert they're still singing it, and doing great. Sound great. I love performing but I'm finding it harder, quite honestly, to learn songs. I'm slower at it to learn the chords and that. And uh, sometimes I'll sing a lyric and then I'll have to vamp a little bit because I can't remember the words. Now, when Sinatra got to be my age, he had a teleprompter down on stage in front of him. You remember hearing about that? And he would
Yeah.
actually be reading, "The night," I can't do Sinatra, but and he would be reading the lyrics on the teleprompters. And there's nothing wrong with that, but I don't want to do that. I
No.
love memorizing things, and so that's harder for me now. I feel great vocally. I think my breathing, because I started on Broadway, I, uh, you've got to really take the air in and use the air. I about 15 years ago or more, I began to realize that the voice is a wind instrument. It's based on wind, not muscle, although you're making those little vocal muscles twitter.
Sometimes it's
But
based on hot air.
it's but here's the thing about hot air.
Yeah.
You do a lot of singers, and I do this too when I don't remember it, hold on to the air. You've got to let go of that air and then fill the bag again, fill your diaphragm, right? And I sometimes I forget to breathe, take that air back again, then and use it without dropping your chest, keep your chest up. But you got to use the air, let the air flow, sing with air. Instead of trying to sing with muscle, you will wear out very quickly.
Yeah.
What am I giving a voice lesson here? What is this?
Yeah. This is
But
something. Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, but so I'm still singing. I think as well as I ever have, or whatever. And I think I'd like to. I'm doing some of my best shows at Club Sandwich, and I do about an hour and a half shows, and about 60-70% of the shows are songs that I've written. So I'm kind of proud of that. I didn't start writing songs till about maybe 20 years ago. I've been doing it almost 60 years. So, but what was my point of bringing this? Oh, you said, why am I
Was it
retiring?
something in your
So,
heart that said now is the time?
well, I don't want to overstay my visit. I don't want to stay so long that people say, "Gee, he's really getting older." Because I am. I got more. My skin doesn't fit me anymore. I want to only. I don't want to overstay my welcome. People have been so supportive of me, and I'm so grateful. But I think it's time to. Also, I live alone now on this boat. As I say, my wife and I are separated, and I love this boat. I love to cruise. I love the people on my dock. I love cruisers. I love people who live on boats. And during the years, my last boat, when I was on That's Incredible and hosting Hollywood Square, I was I was a I was really well known. Those are my biggest years of fame. And yet on the docks, I was just a guy with a broken bilge pump, who was asking questions about his heat exchanger and his engine problems. And we were all, the dock is a great leveler. Some people live on boats because they can't afford to live in a house, but other people live on boats because they just like that lifestyle. And I do. I'm one of those guys. And I've made enough money. I don't have a lot of money, but if I'm careful, um, by the way, I've been trying to figure out. I had a younger brother, Lee, who died 5 years ago. And when he died, he still had, he was a doctor, radiologist. He had almost somewhere between $1.5 million and $2 million in the bank. And I thought, well, what? So I want to try to find a way to have my investments, my stocks and the money that I've saved and I want to have that run out when I run out. my kids are doing fine. My kids don't need my money. They're all very successful. All my kids are teachers, and they're very happy. I want the money to run out when I run out. So,
Well,
but the
I did a
question,
little research, John, and
yeah,
I realized that I'm actually your nephew. So could you spot me a 50?
no, no, that's
No,
what I'm saying.
no, I'm going to spend it all now.
I
Yeah.
want to spend my money. I want to travel. I want to cruise on my boat. I want to now. I'm not crazy, because let me tell you about this boat. If anybody's thinking of retiring on a boat, a lot of people talk about that. Let's get a boat, or some people RVs. A lot of people my age are out just going for it. This boat, I'll tell you, was you. I'm the cheapest boat in this marina. I'll bet you. This boat was $60,000. Now that's a lot of money, but there are boats here worth $1 million, and all these big celebrity yachts and everything. My boat is not a. Can I take the? I'm going to take the camera outside
Yeah.
and show you the
Oh,
boat.
yeah. We would
Let me
love
see.
that. Yeah.
It's not a gorgeous boat. It's a trawler. Trawlers are not. It's not a sailboat. The romance of being on a boat is sail. It's a power boat.
Do you
But
now being on that boat and being there amongst the fabulous people that are there, do you it's just par for the course being in the industry. Do they come up to you and like, oh my God, you're John Davidson, or do they
no.
just let you live and do your thing?
Oh, nobody bothers me. I love the attention, but no, I don't get that kind of attention. And I don't think of myself as being John Davidson. I consider that John Davidson is
Yeah.
another guy
Is yeah.
who got lucky. I'm just
Yeah.
an old man on the boat. So anyway, let me go outside. This is I'll show you.
Beautiful.
Okay. Uh, this is the guy who helps me here, Yvonne. Yvonne, say hi. Yes. He is. Yvonne is helping me with my Spanish. I study Spanish here a lot. So it's. There's a lot of gorgeous boats down here. Like there's a boat that's like $200,000, and there's a sailboat here. My friend Garth is a incredible sailboat, and the marina's full. But this is my little trawler. It's a little dumpy. It's a. I mean, it's. I put these seats up here. There's a fly bridge up there. It's not sleek. You know what I mean? I don't mean to put it down. It's got a canvas back there, so I sit on the aft deck. Main thing is to get shade in Baja, but it's not a fancy boat. It's called a trawler, and I'll take you around there. Now here's a pretty boat, Karen. These people. I'm doing an interview for a show. This is Karen and Jeff, and they are serious cruisers, and they are my friends. And they have a gorgeous boat. This is probably that I'll embarrass them. 250, 300,000. I don't know. More? No. Oh,
A lot less.
maybe we could buy a boat like this.
That's incredible.
That's incredible. Hi. Hi. So actually, it's kind of overcast today. So I'm showing them the boat. Thanks for saying hi.
No, always nice to see you.
This is Jim Masters. He's a very famous person in this thing.
Hello.
Maybe they know who you are. So I'll take you around. I'll show you.
Maybe. Wait a minute. You didn't send out flyers to all these people that you were going to be on?
I did. I posted it on Facebook.
Yes, you
I think
did. You're good at that. I appreciate that, my friend.
Because you are so professional. You sent a great graphic, and you are just the consummate something. I don't know what, but you're the consummate.
Could you be my manager, please?
or consomme. I have a dinghy
Yeah.
that goes here, but Yvonne is working on the dinghy, and my little teeny engine. This is my swim step, and up here, we call this the Lido deck, and this is where I can sit. And sometimes I smoke a cigar up here. I know it's bad for you, and I try not to do it very much, but I do like a cigar sometimes. This is the fly bridge, so you can drive. There's a place up here for, and then this is the steering station, and I have collapsible bicycles so that you can, they're foldable bicycles so they can fit them on the boat. And this is my boat. As you can see, it's not a luxurious. It's not a Steven Spielberg boat. Let me go back down below. Oh, are you? Oh,
No, we're there. Yeah. Can you see us?
I can't see you, but I think
You hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me go back to where I was, and it'll come back on. When I move around too much, I think it confuses Starlink. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now. Yeah.
But let me see where we are.
So he's working on the dinghy for you.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The dinghies are always a problem.
Oh, you went to what a sentence for him to, his Starlink disconnected. He'll come back in. But what a sentence to have been said and shared for him to then disappear. Dinghies are always a problem to work on. That was fantastic. He probably reached an area where the signal went out because he's on his iPhone and he's walking around. Isn't that cool? He'll be back. But isn't that cool? He's taking us on an exclusive tour of not only his boat, but the neighbors and the dock and everybody there. He's back. It was incredible. It was hilarious because your last sentence before you disappeared was, diggies are always difficult to work on. The last time I had my dinghy worked on was when I visited the urologist.
Oh.
You bring it out of me, John Davidson. You bring it out of me.
Yeah, that reminds me of a joke, but that's okay. I've got a bunch of new jokes for this summer. I love my jokes. Anyway, how are we doing?
I love my jokes, and so does the audience. So you're in a John Davidson with all that you've done and continue to do. You're in a happy place. You're content. You're in a happy place right now.
Mostly. We all have times when all of a sudden you just in the middle of the night you say, "Oh my God, what's that I can be real down at times and wake up and on the wrong side." Yeah, we all can. I think someone once said, "Don't search for happiness, search for passion." I think that's what we all should be trying to search for, not to be happy, but to be passionate about something. And I'm passionate about the boat. I'm passionate. I have a girlfriend now that I'm just so crazy about, and I'm passionate about her. I didn't know, by the way, speaking of romance, I won't ask you about your love life. I'll just tell you about mine. I would tell you anything. You have that kind of a face. I didn't think that that in my 80s I would be passionately in love, and I'm so glad that, just so you young people know, you can have passionate affection. I bet it'll last till my 90s. I don't know, but that's so great, So I mean, that's just a good thing, and I think that's why I'm so happy now. Is that to love somebody is just the greatest feeling in the world, if it's real, if it's true, and I've been love a lot of times and didn't always know that it wasn't always true. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I want to thank you for this therapy session, Jim. It's what do I owe you? Are you 35?
It happens with every guest. It's just an automatic. For you, nothing. John Ritchie Jr. Had chimed in earlier and said, "Ask John about the Hollywood Squares Museum, which is kind of special, huh?"
Yeah, I haven't. I've only. I made some shows for it. What they did, we made some special shows for the museum right there on Vine and Hollywood and Vine, and yeah, it's a great museum. I've only seen pictures of it, but they brought in. I think Tom Bergeron hosted some of them. I don't know whether. I think Peter Marshall may have, and other people. So we had 9. They played the game, and it's a great format, Hollywood Squares, and they'll probably bring it back again. It'll be, they always choose a new host, and Peter Marshall was the first one with all the awards. By the way, Peter Marshall, happy birthday, 98 years old. He's going strong.
God bless him.
He was so supportive of me when he was the host of it for almost 20 years or something.
Oh yeah.
And he won all the awards. And then they brought 5 years later, they call it the new Hollywood Squares. And I was chosen to be the host by Rick Rosner. Rick came to me and he said, John, we have that television series that you've always wanted. And I said, great, I'm going to be the $6 million man. He said, no, it's a game show. We want you to host the Hollywood Squares. And I said, can I sing on the show? He said, no, you can't sing on the show. I said, well, I can. And at first I turned him down. A friend of mine said, are you crazy?
Yeah.
Hollywood Squares is the crossroads of Hollywood.
Yeah.
And
it's either that or it's right? Yeah.
Either that or what?
The Price is Right. Yeah. As far as legendary shows like that. Yeah.
But I mean, so many celebrities you get to meet. I just met so many people, and so that was great. But now, why did I get into that? Why did I get off on that?
The Hollywood Museum, the Hollywood Squares Museum. You're talking about it. Yeah.
So I got a chance to make some shows for that. It's quite a thing. Yeah. When you're in Hollywood, make sure you see the Hollywood Squares Museum. Oh, is it just for TV? Is it just for squares, or is it part of the television museum?
Oh yeah, that Hollywood Museum, that's a fantastic place. That used to be at the Max Factor building there in L.A. Yeah, that's a fantastic place. Did you see where we pulled up some cool things like this? Phyllis Diller, John Davidson, Vic Damone at the Riviera.
See, one of my first jobs, Jack Benny introduced me in '66 after I hosted the Craft Somewhere Music Hall, working with George Carlin and Richie Pryor. My first Vegas date, Jack Benny, king of the pauses. He was such a funny man. Jack Benny introduced me to Las Vegas, '66, and Caesar's Palace had just opened. And then I became an opening act for people like Phyllis Diller at the Riviera, and the Fifth Dimension, and Joan Rivers, and then I got a contract at the Hilton at the Elba showroom, and all those same people were opening acts for me. Not opening act, but co-stars. Yeah, the Smothers Brothers. I opened for them at the Riviera, and then they opened for me at the Hilton. So we or co-starring. It's a co-starring thing. But those were great Vegas years. They were hard on my marriage. Vegas is a crazy place, and I'm sure I'm not the first person to forget yourself in Vegas. And so that's but it's crazy. It's really fun. Yeah.
Don Rickles too, working with Don Rickles, and gee.
I opened for him twice. Once at Westbury Music Fair in the round, and once somewhere else. And then I would watch every show. I watched every one of his shows. He was a master. Just he had a lot of set things, a lot of set bits that he would do. And he was very not politically correct, but he was just a killer act on stage. Just kill the audience. And so I learned a lot from him. I admire a lot of people. Wayne Newton, just a musicianship. Wayne Newton picked up a lot of things from Wayne. And not that I want to do it the same way he did it, because we all have different styles and stuff, but Wayne Newton is a study. Sammy Davis Jr., these are all studies in how to do the live thing. Harry Belafonte had this whisper of a voice, but man, I saw him live. He could command a stage. So I've worked a lot because of my first manager, Bob Banner, who discovered Carol Burnett on Broadway. Bob Banner brought me to television and helped me with my live show a lot. So,
You know,
it's been a crazy.
we've talked about it, but you are one of those people who's really had his touch in just about every aspect of this extraordinary industry: television, film, stage, music, game shows. I mean, all of it. Your own talk show where you're sitting on a couch talking to Betty Davis and all these other Andy Gibb, and I mean all these people, and there you are with Betty Davis. We had the TV on the other night, and it was on Antenna TV or Cozy or one of the channels, and all of a sudden there's John Davidson on Love American Style.
Yeah, Love American Style was like Love Boat on land.
Yeah,
as it's sort of fun. Yeah, it's been crazy, but
you've had your hands in really every area. It's an omnipresence that I think is why, also being, extraordinarily talented and a nice guy. I know you're very humble about it, but also and funny. But you've touched all the areas of the industry, which I think is extraordinary. Not everybody gets a chance to do that.
Yeah, but other people have done that, and they've won all these awards. I have one award. When I first came to Broadway, I have the Theater Guild Award. Is that for a newcomer to Broadway? And I was up for a Golden Globe thing when I got to film for Happiest Millionaire, but I didn't get that. But I just nominated. But so I've never been an award winner. I'm not sure I've ever been the best at anything. I just do a lot of things. I don't feel that I've done my best show yet. I'm still working on everything I do. My first manager said to me, and I would say this to a lot of people who might be like young people starting out in the business. He said to me, yeah, it's great to work on your singing, take voice lessons and try to hit beautiful notes, but that's not what it's all about. He said, you want to be not just a spear. There are some people who are spears, one prong. Johnny Mathis does one thing and he does it like nobody else. Tony Bennett is a spear. He said, you should work on being a pitchfork or a Swiss Army knife. All these different ways of entertaining people, touching people, inspiring people, changing people's lives. And he said, so be a pitchfork, don't just be a spear. And so that's what I've been. But as a result, I don't know. It's been a very scattered career.
You and I talked about that when we were at Club Sandwich, when we went upstairs, remember? And we had that great conversation. Because I too have done a million things and in the industry. And I know what you mean as far as that focus on just that one thing, being known for the one thing, super clarity, focusing on that one thing. Is that something, as you look back, you say you wish you did, where you took one of these things and super focused on that, as opposed to being the team player and the everyman type of guy, the utility guy who did everything?
Well, I mean, I tried to get a hit record. Well, I didn't try enough, but I tried to be great on Broadway when I first started and to be great in movies. But maybe I just didn't have that special magic. Not everybody can be a movie star. Not everybody can be a hit record artist. And I think I just didn't have the goods.
Do you think you were typecast? Did everybody want you to be the wholesome, nice guy? Were you boxed in at all by any of it?
No, not really. There's no excuse for it. I've had a great career, and I'm not always sure why. I've enjoyed it, and I'm so thankful for people like Carol Burnett who've helped me along the way. But I've learned a lot by stealing things from other people, not direct lines, but stealing attitudes. I pick up attitudes on how to do everything. So you can learn a lot by watching other people, because I'm not a good imitator, so nobody knows that I'm stealing, because I've done my Johnny Carson impression, but no one knows it because I'm not a good impersonator. When I did Hollywood Squares, I was doing a Peter Marshall impression, but nobody knew it because I'm not a good impressionist, you know. When I played the Music Man, well, you got trouble, my friends. Right here, I say trouble, right? Nobody knew that I was doing a Robert Preston, who was the original Music Man. I was doing a Robert Preston imitation, and I think imitation, as they say, is the greatest form of flattery, but because you really can't do it exactly like but you make it your own. But I think that's how you start out. You pick up ideas. I'm sure Michelangelo stole from Raphael, or who came first? You know, Jesus.
What have you not done that you still
Okay,
want to do?
Forget about Jesus. What have I find the peace of relaxing on a boat. I still have days where I say, geez, I should be doing something, so I've got this engine going most of the time, but some days I say, oh, I've got a day with nothing to do, and I love it when it gets peaceful like that. So that's what I guess that's what I'm working on, and yeah.
How is the family? How are your kids and grandkids? And you got a beautiful family, John.
Yeah, I'm so proud of my kids. They're all teachers. I say my daughter teaches at um, Boston University, BU. Yeah, and her husband is dean of students at Berkeley School of Music, and my daughter teaches Jennifer down in Florida in Lake Worth. She teaches ice skating. She was a professional. She toured with a big ice skating, and her husband has a backflip on the ice, so they're both teachers. My son John is a business coach kind of a guy, sort of a life coach, and he does it here. He has an office in Los Angeles, but he does it often. He's here in La Paz, and so he's an amazing guy. His wife is Mexicana, helps me with my Spanish, and I have 6 grandchildren, and they're all doing great and coming along. And yeah, I've been very lucky. I'm very, very grateful. Jim, shouldn't we wrap this up? Don't you have other more famous people that you need to?
You said that last time, right? The last time you said that, you were flying on a swing, which you do get to see when you go to Club Sandwich. Folks are going to miss that, John Davidson.
Wow.
Nobody else does that unless they were the Rolendas or they're in Cirque du Soleil.
But people might say, why is he swinging? Just sing the song. What the hell are you doing? But I like to do crazy things in the show, and that's some of my special effects, and it's fun. We have a multimedia show with a rear screen projection, and my technical director, Connor White.
He's great, isn't he?
Yeah, we do a lot of special stuff, special effects, and it's really an unusual show. I'm not a folk singer. I'm not a Broadway singer. I guess I'm a pop singer who plays guitar. I do some John Denver stuff, some Kenny Rogers, and this year I'm going to go back to this song like this. Never seen you looking so lovely as you do tonight. Never seen you smile so bright. You're amazing. Never seen so many men have to be there by your side. When you turn to me and just smile, took my breath away. I have never had such a feeling of complete and utter love as I do tonight. Lady in red is dancing with me, cheek to cheek. Nobody here, ooh, I used to do it with full orchestra in Vegas and in Branson and all. But now just doing it with guitar and bass. John Petrozelli on the bass is me.
Oh, he's great. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm bringing back some old songs and then some new songs and stuff. Can I sing you my new ballad that I wrote?
We would love that. Absolutely, my friend. Absolutely.
Well,
This is a great idea doing it on your boat, too. We were talking about how to do it, and you said, I'd love to do it from the boat. I think it's a great idea, John.
well,
People are
great.
loving it.
Yeah. So I'll sing this last song and then we'll say goodbye, Jim. I'm ready for a glass of wine.
We should have done it on the boat. I should have gone there on the boat.
Yeah.
I know.
Let me,
Who arranged this? I should have gone to him.
yeah.
See, Ellie says, John, you are a spear. You are the entertainer.
Maybe that's maybe.
Yeah, see? If you look at it that way, you know what I mean? So many
I
people in so many areas from television, some know you as from television, some from stage, some from film, some from music, some from all different areas. So you've touched a lot of people in a lot of different areas that maybe you might not have if you had just stuck to one particular genre. Look at it that way, see?
I think I'd rather say yes to an offer than no. I'd rather say, yeah, oh, let's do that. I'm kind of a whore. I'll do whatever. Let's try that. You want to host a game show? Sure, I'll host a game show. You want to play the main showrooms in Las Vegas? Yeah, I'll do that. I'll get an accent. I'll get a pretty suit with sequins on it, and we'll play Vegas. And you want to do a Broadway show? I do in Oklahoma and Music Man, and just do it. Just get up and do it. I toured. Yeah. I was the Wizard and Wicked, a national tour, 3 different tours playing the Wizard and Wicked, and I just did. I just,
how cool was that, right? Yeah.
I mean, I've studied singing. I've studied stage. I've studied acting. So I prepared. My son, as a business coach, he said his theory is ready, fire, aim. Not ready, aim, fire, but ready, fire, aim. Get ready. Do all the research you can. Get as much education as you can. But don't wait until you think you're perfect at it. Just fire. Ready, fire. And then aim it. Then focus it. Make it better. Grow with it. Right? Mm-hmm. So there's a learning curve that's based on ready, fire, aim. Not ready, aim, fire. Because if you wait until that monologue or that song is perfect, oh, that's it, you'll be 82.
Are you a perfectionist? Do you demand perfection from yourself?
Oh, yeah. I'm always very critical of what I've done. I probably, if I see this interview back, I'll probably say, gee, why didn't I say this to Jim? I really stupid. Why didn't I comb my hair? Why didn't I wear a blue shirt instead of a red shirt? That's the way I am. It's just, so.
I get it. I know what you mean. I'm the same way.
Mr. Master,
you have a song for us? Yes, Mr. Davidson.
This will be our grand finale of this
song
show.
For Jimmy.
Yeah, because I'm running out of time and my life is going to be over. So I just have a few minutes left. It's
your life is going to be over on our show.
Yes, this will be it. So goodbye.
You're right. You're the best, John. You really are.
Not the best. I'm not the best. I'm good at many things.
He's so humble. Here he is. He's not anything. He's just John Davidson.
Here he is, Mr. Nothing. No. I love these chords. Walk with me. It's taken years for me to understand what life's journey is all about. My path was strewn with broken promises, with guaranteed a lonely route through with dreams and expectations. Try to make it on my own, but now you come into my life, and I don't want to walk alone. But don't walk behind me. I may not lead. Don't walk ahead. I may not follow. Just walk beside me and be my friend. Side by side, we will face tomorrow. To love another can make us senseless. How we flow to stars above. We can soar so high with passion. We can't lose ourselves to love. We're all searching for the perfect landing, for our sailing souls to fly, where we'll feel free to celebrate the joy of loving that we found. But don't walk behind me. I may not lead. Don't walk ahead. I may not follow. Oh, just walk beside me and be my friend. Side by side, we will face tomorrow. It's been a pleasure singing and talking on the Jim Masters Show.
You're a star, my friend. You are a star, truly. Just wanted to show you just a couple of quick things. People loving having you here. Followed JD since the Craft Music Hall days. Excellent interview as well. That is from Cornelia. And Maureen says, okay, that made my eyes leak a little bit. Absolutely beautiful, John. Cheyenne, John Davidson is a TV cultural icon. We've grown up seeing his face on all kinds of TV shows. He should get the Icon Award. John, it's always a treat having you here, smiling big time. Heart melted. That was lovely. So all of it is so true, my friend. Awesome. You're amazing, John. Clap, clap, clap. Everybody watching live and commenting and just sending hello from Japan, watching as well. They love your boat. They love you, Captain John. Yeah, I love it. Very nice. Home sweet home, Captain John. Thanks for all these great comments from around the world, everybody. We absolutely love it. Jane is watching in Sweden. Great song, John. You have a great voice. What inspires you to, before you do go, what inspires you to write beautiful songs like that?
Being in love. And I love things that I get passionate about. I've got some songs that are so personal that they're embarrassing to sing. When my brother died, my younger brother Lee died 5 years ago, and I wrote a song about how much I loved him. And it's just too personal, you know. And but yeah, I love the passion of songs. Yeah. Now, Jim, you promised that we're going to say goodbye after that song.
I promise nothing,
did.
but
You
we
did.
shall. You are the best. We have our. We will see you in September, John. We have our tickets. We just got them today. We will see.
Okay.
Thank you
Thanks,
so much,
Jim.
John. I really enjoyed it. I hope you did too. And there he goes. He faded to black, just like you would in television. Right? You can still hear him, but he faded to black.
No, I'm not still here. I don't think so. Am I here there? I don't know.
You are there. John, truly, I hope you enjoyed the time with me as much as I absolutely have with you, my friend.
Thank you. Bye.
Cut and dry. Cut and dry. Yeah. His sound is still on, so we'll take him away just in case, you know, there's a sound that he doesn't want us to hear or what have you. We always have a blast when he's here. He's like a dear friend, like a chum. It's amazing. The laughs and the great memories. He really is. He's humble. He says he's not. Sure he is. He's just a pleasure to be around. And he's an ultimate entertainer. You know, you think of the Sammy Davis Juniors and so many others who have come into our lives and have left us with so much incredibleness. John Davidson's the same way. And like I said, actor, singer, songwriter, television host, troubadour, and so much more. And he tells great stories. He's funny. And he's very talented, as we know, but he's been with us for so many years. And we're so happy about that. And we want him around for many more years. But he's very open too, talking about his brother and talking about his life and his family and the things that he's done and the things he would like to do, which I think was great. And I really appreciated him spending this time with us and being so real and authentic and warm and fun, as he always is. This, I believe, is his third visit here on the Jim Masters Show. We thank him for being with us. We did mention Tony Orlando. If you didn't see, Tony Orlando was with us. We have thousands of viewers who are watching this episode. We archive all of our episodes on our YouTube channel, Jim Masters TV. So if you missed this, you joined us late or any of the episodes, like Tony Orlando, who was with us, and he's going to be coming back again very soon. He and I talk all the time on the phone. And I saw him at Mohegan Sun Arena when he did his finale concert, which was an extraordinary 3.5-hour epic finale to his tour and his 60-year touring career and singing career. He wants to spend more time with his family in Branson, Missouri, and his loved ones. But we talk often, and Tony is a wonderful guy. If you missed the episode where Tony Orlando was with us talking about his grand finale, about the conclusion of one part of his life, but yet he's writing a memoir and he is doing a screenplay and a lot of other things. We did a wonderful conversation, and Tony was with us before, so I believe that was the second time. Check that episode out. And if you want to see this episode out with another fabulous icon, the one and only John Davidson, it's archived on our YouTube channel. Want to make mention that, again, if you want to know more about the final season of John Davidson's fabulous entertainment venue, Club Sandwich in Sandwich, New Hampshire. It's in a beautiful part of New Hampshire in the Lakes region. We were there. We're going again in September, and it's going to be amazing. Go to johndavidson.com. It takes you right to the Club Sandwich site too, and you can see the tickets are going fast. His opening night and his final night are already sold out. They're already sold out. So if you want to make sure you don't miss out, if you are wherever you live, Obviously, if you live in New Zealand, it might be a little bit of a hike. However, right there in beautiful New England, and it's going to be from June through September. And it's a beautiful spot. This is what it looks like on the outside. There's a fabulous restaurant right next door. We had dinner there, but there's also promotions they do with some of the other local places, the locale in the locale there. And there he is. And it's a terrific place because it's not just a stage. You have all these couches and funky chairs and all, but it is almost like a shrine. He has like everything about his career, photos and all kinds of incredible things. So it really is a very, very special place. He has a lot of fun with the audience. And again, he's created this just a few years ago and decided, now's the time to, and he's in love. He mentioned that, he talked about the passing of his brother 5 years ago, and he talked about his kids and grandkids, and he talked about he's in love. And that's a beautiful thing. And you can see it on his face, but you can also, when you listen to him talk, which is one of the things I like about him, you can have a lot of fun with him. And of course, we know him from all the iconic television shows, game shows, talk shows, the John Davidson Show, $100,000 Pyramid. That's incredible. That great series as well, and so much more. But you can see that he's also a deep person. As much as we have fun with him, and there is again with the Carpenters, as much as we have fun together, he's a thinker and he's a feeler and he has a warm heart, and he's hard on himself, like he said. And, he demands the best from himself. And, a lot of us tend to do that. And, but look at the results. Look at the incredible career. But he's reflecting on it now, as he sort of concludes this chapter in his life. And we're so honored that he wanted to come on our show. And we talked about it. We were going to do it now while he's still in Mexico, because he's leaving, I believe, in a matter of days to now come back north. So he said, Jim, we can have it where I'm on the boat, or we can wait and do it in June, closer to when Club Sandwich is, back open. And he said, but I'd love if there's a way, because sometimes when you're doing shows live like this, as you can see, when you're doing a show live, anything can happen technically. Their Wi-Fi can go out. There could be a storm that interferes with the signal. It's like that with anything. So we said, do you think it will work doing it from the boat? And he said, we can give it a shot. I've got the Starlink, which is what he uses. And, I broadcast from here often. So with my streaming, so maybe we can do that. And I said, absolutely, what a great idea it would be to do it from your boat. And so that's what we did. And as opposed to, if you did it from in June, it would be from Club Sandwich, which was great too, because the last couple of times he's been a guest on our show, we did it from the venue, from Club Sandwich in New Hampshire. But to do it from his personal boat, and to take us out on the tour, as he did as well, where we saw some of the neighbors, in the boating community on the dock. And he's saying, hey, you're on the Jim Masters show. And I thought that was just really, really nice. And, it was kind of him to do that, but it was a lot of fun. We got a chance to see where the boat is, and we saw the exterior of the boat and the interior. He sang a couple of great songs from his personal repertoire of songs, just for us exclusively and for all of you watching around the world. And it was really, really something absolutely special, wasn't it? This was really something very, very special. And that's what we do here at the Jim Masters Show. If this is something that, you've just discovered for the first time, maybe you're a fan of John Davidson, and this is the first time you discovered our show, come back and see us again. Go scroll back in the archives and see some of the almost 1,200 episodes we've done thus far in what is now 4 years, which is amazing. You may be watching this 10 years from now, so 4 years will be past tense. But at the time of the show, it's like 4 years when we started this entertainment, lifestyle, celebrity talk show series for all of you and you and you and you. And this was really fantastic. JohnDavidson.com is the website. I always have a pleasurable time putting these shows together, hosting them and producing them for all of you. They are a lot of work because I work, full time in the day. in television and radio and film and stage. So it gets really, really busy, but love doing it and love seeing all your comments and your faces. And, it's really fantastic. And thanks to those of you who sometimes do the super chat, super emojis, in chat, or the super thanks anytime on our YouTube channel. That helps support us as well. And good stuff. Ah, yes. You're an icon to me. That is Leo Trufrost who's watching. Good to see a Leo. And this is so nice. Look at these great comments. Let's take a look at some of these as well. And great. This is your first time. Welcome to the Jim Masters Show, entertainment, lifestyle, celebrity talk show series, Cornelia. You are now part of the Loverty family, the Jim Masters Show Loverty family, as we call it. And Pam in Maryland says, love you. And so did my mother. Thank you for all the entertainment you brought everyone. Yeah, I wanted to show him at least some of the comments that were coming in live because I'm a very interactive broadcast host. And that's kind of you. And he's funny. He said he'll look back at this and I should have said this to Jim, and he should have combed his hair and all that. He looked like $1 million. He was fine. That was terrific. Thank you, Jim. Always great to have John here. Yeah, he's one of my favorite guests. Really. Yes. Oh, I already told him before the show. I chatted with him. Leo. This is Leo, but he's using his mom's page there on YouTube. And good to see you and the Frost family. And let's see, we'll take a look at a few more here. And Jane in Sweden says, thanks, John, for being here. You're a superb entertainer. Yes, he is. Thanks, Jim. The pleasure is mine. Really, really great comments. And Maureen is here and some of our faithful lovities. Keep on living your best life, John. And please come back again soon. Thank you so much for being here with us this evening. He always teases me towards the end. He's done it before. But he says, okay, are we wrapping? Are we done? What's going on? But you noticed in the beginning of the show, he said, we've got like 3 hours to do it, right? He always teases me. He's funny with that. And you like his jokes. He's an icon to you. And I love his career, but being a television person myself, a TV and radio host, I've always also admired his fantastic hosting ability. He had a great talk show, the John Davidson show, and he was comfortable and made people laugh, and it was really terrific. And of course, all the game shows and everything else he's done. Another excellent show with John. Please subscribe for great content. Yes, I appreciate that. From Austin Field watching. We're going to take a look at a couple more comments, but tomorrow, Charlotte Stewart from Little House on the Prairie and the Waltons is going to be right here in Loverty Hall on the Jim Masters Show. It's her return visit. She's so excited. It's going to be here at 7 Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. Yes. And guess who's coming up? I believe, is it next week? Elvis Presley's biological daughter, Deborah Presley Brando, is coming on the Jim Masters Show next week. Just a little teaser there. And don't forget, you can see all the past episodes as well. If you enjoyed this episode and all the ones you do, help us grow. And here's how you can do that. Click like. There's a thumbs up icon on the YouTube channel on every episode. Click thumbs up, give us a like, leave a comment for us on the YouTube channel in the comments section. Interact with us, say hello if you enjoyed this episode and all the ones you enjoy. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Jim Masters TV. That's what you're watching right now. It doesn't cost anything. Subscribe to it and click the notification bell icon, that little bell icon that you see. So that way there, you'll get alerts, notifications about all of our episodes in advance. So you can join us when we're here and participate and watch and never miss anything as well. Because I know you don't like to miss our episodes. And of course, we always thank you. I always make sure, and I think it's important to thank those who spend time, want to come here to the Jim Masters Show and spend time with us. We thank you for watching and liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. That means the world to us as well. I'm going to take a look at a few more comments here and see what we've got. A lot of things brewing. We thank you very much for all these great comments. This is really extra special. All of these episodes really, really are. And this was great. Excellent interview. Have followed John Davidson since the Kraft Music Hall days. That's really nice. And to have posted that as well. You guys are terrific. And this is nice. Take a look at this one. John, it's always a treat having you here, smiling big time. Appreciate that. There's a ton of comments. We're trying to scroll back a little bit here, but there's so many that always come in, and just so many. I believe there was one that came in. Yes, Jason Bender here from Appleton, Wisconsin. I actually have friends that live in Appleton. Good evening from Appleton, Wisconsin. I remember John Davidson being on Wednesday nights. Real people. Thank you for the memories. And Ellie Koch says 60 years. He's an icon for sure. Love the Sunday shows as well. Yes. 60 years. I know, right? And he chose to spend some time with us to talk about that here on the show. And I think that's really, really fantastic. I agree with you too. You think the man behind the entertainer mask is probably more interesting than the entertainer. Oftentimes that is the case when you do take some time to spend time with somebody like we did here today. And this was really nice. Kathleen said hello, and you're very welcome, Ellie, and welcome back. And Maureen welcomed him back as well. Really nice. Just scrolling through some of these great comments. Tommy Reed here as well. Good to see you once again, Tommy. And let's see. Tommy says the Loverty family couldn't wait to get back here, and wonderful guests. And of course, the one and only terrific host, the one and only Mr. Jim Masters. Thank you very much, Tommy. I appreciate that. Really nice of you to say that. And good to have you here on our show. And we appreciate that. And all these great smiles, and Austin loves his singing, and oh yeah, great comments coming in here. Thank you very much. John is always a fun guest. You're very welcome. Welcome everybody. If you're just joining us, I'm Jim Masters, your host. He called me Jimmy. That's cool. I appreciate that because it was a kid that was Jimmy. So a lot of you, this is the first time you're watching our show. So we welcome you. You liked my dinghy content. I was rehearsing that in my head before I said it. It was perfect timing because his Wi-Fi or his Starlink cut out when he was talking about the dinghy being worked on there. Of course, the little dinghy boat. And he's funny. He rolls with it. He's got a good sense of humor. So you guys are great. Thanks for being with us. I'm your host, Jim Masters. Come see us again right here on our channel. We welcome all of the new viewers and all the new subscribers. We say welcome, welcome, welcome. And we thank all of you who are with us regularly, as often as you can be here on the Jim Masters Show. That means the world to us. One more time, we thank our great friend, the extraordinarily talented John Davidson, third time here on the show. What a treat. And again, don't forget, get those tickets. You go to johndavidson.com. My pleasure to promote this. I've been there. We went to New Hampshire. We had a beautiful weekend. As a matter of fact, when we went, it was on a 4th of July weekend, and it was fantastic. It was really, really cool. Very busy up there, 4th of July weekend, in that area by the Lakes region. But it was so nice. And we're going in September. So we're looking forward to that. We just got the tickets today to make sure, because their tickets are selling out. Like I said, the final night show, the tickets are gone, and the opening night, I believe, that's sold out too. So yeah, if you're gonna go, act quickly, and you'll have a good time, because it is, again, John Davidson's the grand finale, just like with Tony Orlando, and we're so glad that he wanted to share that with us here on Jim Masters Show. Come see us again. Tell your friends. Don't keep it a secret. If you enjoyed this is what we do at the Jim Masters Show. And we love having you here. For all of us, I am Jim Masters, thanking you for your time. This time till next time. We'll keep the porch light on for you as well, my friends. And we love having you here on the Jim Masters Show. Take care. Be well. Love one another. And take care of yourself. Don't forget to do that. That's so important. Love yourself. Take care of yourself. And we'll keep that light on for you as well. This is Jim Masters. We love you all. Be good. See us again. I'll be right here waiting for you. And cheers.